Hi, it's Amanda the Nail Polish Hound, and welcome to this week's topic for Topic Tuesday. And this week we are talking about how we photograph our nails for Instagram. First of all, I thought I would show you the setup that I use for taking my Instagram photos. I have one of the light boxes, but I don't use the LED lights that run across the top of it because they do leave a bit of a yellow hue on the photographs. So what I have either side instead is a couple of angle poise lamps, and these lamps have got daylight bulbs in them. I shine these angle poise into the light box and use that to take my photographs. I find that gives me the most realistic colour to the nail polish pictures, though I still sometimes have to do a little bit of an edit on that, particularly as my iPhone, which I use to do all my photos, does seem to underexpose things a little bit. So as I said there, I am a little bit traditional with my Instagram photographs in that I still use my iPhone to take them. I use it on the square setting as well, being that traditionalist. I guess I've kind of just got used to photographing my nails that way. And then I will normally take two shots with the nail polish bottle, one just showing the front of the bottle and 4 fingernails, and the second one I try to show the label of the bottle so that you can see the name of the polish. If it's an interesting polish, I also like to take macro photos, and I do this by just putting a macro lens over the top of the lens for my iPhone. If you're using it on a square setting, then this doesn't cause any problems around the edge of the image. If you were using a full-sized image, then you would see the surround of the macro lens on the image that you take. So the square setting does seem to work best for this. After I've taken the photographs, I tend to do a little bit of a rough edit within the iPhone photograph library itself, and you can do an automatic setting on the colours. Sometimes I find this helps and other times it looks worse, but I normally give it a try to see how it looks. And I use this to roughly resize the photographs and to spin the one with the bottle around, because this is the preferred angle that I have for the picture when I put it up on Instagram. So that's the initial rough edit that I do. After that, I open the pictures up in PS Express. And I tried filming myself doing this, but I couldn't get it to come out very well, so instead I've done a screen grab on my phone as I've gone along. So first of all, you have to select the photograph that you want to work on, and then once I'm in there, the first thing I do is I'll hit adjustments, and then within the exposure I will bring the exposure up a little bit, as I found that most of my photographs with my iPhone are slightly underexposed with this setup. And the next thing I do is I go into effects and go into clarity, and then I turn the clarity down a little bit, and that gives you a nice clear focus on the main focus of the photograph, but a lovely soft focus on the rest of it, so that makes your skin and your fingers look a little bit dewy, and I like that look. And the next thing I do is go into heal, and I use this to just touch up around the nails, any cuticles or any dry skin that I may have in the photograph, and just use this to touch that up and make the photographs look as good as I can. Whilst you're doing this, you can use zoom in and out on the photograph and move the photograph around, which makes it easier to see what you're doing as you're using the heal function. Once you finish, then you hit that little square with the arrow on it. That enables you to access the drop down to save your photograph to the camera roll. So to show this again, on this occasion you can crop within the PS Express app itself and rotate the image, so I'm just showing how I would do that within this app if I hadn't done it beforehand in Camera Roll. And then again we've gone into the exposure control, brought the exposure up a little bit, into clarity and brought that down so you get that nice soft focus effect on the fingers. And with this particular shot I like to put in a bit of a vignette around it, normally in white. Don't know why, but I've just got into the habit of doing it for the bottle shot where I show the name of the polish. Then again we're going into heel and just quickly going in and tidying up any dry cuticles around the edge of the nail. Then again we're saving this photograph to the camera roll. The next thing that I do is I go into the Fonto app and I use this to add my watermark to my pictures. First thing you have to do with this one is click on the little camera icon on the bottom and then select your photo albums, and that will enable you to select the image that you want to work with. So we start off with this macro image, and then you have to actually click done to allow it to add the watermark, because I don't do any further filters or editing within this app. I then have got the nail polish Hound logo saved as text, so I don't have to type it in every time. And then within this I will go into the style and select stroke so that you get the outline to the text, and then clicking on text you need to use the alpha line there to bring down the intensity of the main text so that you get that nice watermark effect. Then you can click on tilt to tilt it to the angle that you want it at. I normally end up fiddling backwards and forwards a little bit with that until I'm happy with it. Then when you're done, you need to click on that little box with the arrow up in the bottom right hand corner, and that will save the photograph you've been working on. So that's my macro image. I'll go through a similar process for the bottle shot. So remember, you have to click done before you will get access to the ability to add the text. So going back into style again, it has saved the opacity of the text, but for some reason you have to go into stroke to add the surround to the text in, then onto tilt again to get this to the angle that you want it to, and then with this one the text is going to be a little bit too big, so you have to resize it by going into size, just bringing that down a bit and then fiddling about between the tilt and the size until you're happy with it. After a little bit of fiddling around, I decided I actually didn't like it placed there at all, and I moved it onto another nail. More fiddling around with the tilt and the size of the text until I'm happy with it. Decided I liked it there, so we're going to save that one to the camera roll. And then finally going into the four-fingered bottle shot, And with these ones, I do tend to put the watermark around the cuticle of one of the nails. To do this, you need to use the curve function and then get the curve roughly to the right size. And then we use tilt to get it to the right angle. And then resize it once it's there to get it using size to the right size for the nail. And normally again, a little bit of fiddling around between tilt and size until I'm happy with it. And then when we're happy with it, we're going to save it, and you have the final photographs ready for Instagram. Hope you've enjoyed this little video, and if you have, why not join us in Topic Tuesdays? You can join in the discussion on Instagram at topic_Tuesday, and if you want to, you can do some videos as well. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed it, then please do like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.